Joe got his bag packed and rode with the MP who had been assigned to bring him to the Tonopah bus station.
And while we're traveling along, he says, "Flyboy," he says, "I hate to bust your bubble," he said, "but when you get in Salt Lake City, there's going to be an MP there, or the sheriff if we don't have MPs there, and they're going to get you, and they're going to take your emergency furlough, and they're going to tear it up, and they're going to give you another one to get back to the base." I said, "Oh, he said, I shouldn't tell you this, but he says, my job is to get you to Tonopah, to the bus station, and that's what I'm going to do. But he said, don't tell anybody, but take my advice and don't take that bus." What am I going to? He says, your finger, hitchhike. Take a cab out to the main highway, hitchhike, which I did. Long story short, I got a ride from, it happened to be a doctor with a, those days they made cars painted up pretty good. It was in a Packard, four-door Packard, and he was a doctor, and he stopped me. He asked me where I was going. He said, emergency furlough? Yes, and I said, I got to get to Chicago to get the train up to northern Michigan. Wow, he said. Oh, by the way, can you show me your emergency furlough papers? So I had it in my pocket.
Sure, guy.
He said, we're on our way. He said, I'm going to Chicago for more schooling. I'm putting it bluntly, schooling, but he was a doctor, so it was just more training. Mm-hmm. And he said, as we're driving along, he said, you've been up for quite a while? I says, yep. Can you drive? I said, yes, sir. He said, do you have a license? I said, yes, sir. Years ago, we could get a driver's license at 14. Well, he said, you go back there and sleep. When I get tired, then we'll keep going. So we get you to Chicago in a hurry. We'll only stop for food, the toilet, and gas. One of us will drive, the other one will sleep, which we did. I got to Chicago. Before I left the barracks, the nose gunner was from Waukegan, Illinois. And he gave me his father's phone number because he had a Kroger's grocery store. So he gave me the home phone and the Kroger store number. And as I was going into, there's two stations in Chicago, Union Depot and LaSalle Street Station. I had to get to the Union Station. So he drops me off, and I start walking into the Union Station, and guess what I see? Two MPs that were standing quite away from me, but I thought, oh, maybe they got the news because they know I'm going to have to get this train up to. Mm-hmm. I thought, oh boy. I was by a telephone booth, and I had enough change. You always keep enough change so you can use the telephone. And I called Kennedy's father in Waukegan. He was at the store.
Taking the local L train to meet up with his crewmate's father, Joe avoided the MPs waiting for him at Union Station. The grocer had a new route set up for him to avoid more MPs on the lookout.
He said, so if I were you, I got it all set that I can get tickets and we'll get you on that train. You'll miss the one going to Milwaukee. You'll miss that one that goes up to Houghton, to Calumet. I said, okay, so that's what I did. Took that train up that was going up to Ontonagon. Got to McKeever, and there's a little train with a steam engine. And that meets us there. It was half baggage car and half people. And we got into Houghton.